The boxing promoter do both, says Tyson Fury regrets fighting Francis. Even though Fury won by split decision, his reputation was hurt because the fight was so close against an MMA fighter. The promoter thinks Francis deserves a rematch, which seems fair. Here is what he said. That's an earned ability to get the rematch. Francis earned that. His performance dictated that, whoa, he has a chance. We never thought he had a chance, and in that situation I think absolutely. I think Tyson is regretful. He blamed himself. He thought he had an off night. He said, I took it lightly. It was all on me. Didn't point fingers, which was good. Francis outperformed anybody's expectation, and as a result of that you have all the components to say, hey, I want to see this again, and that creates and warrants a rematch. Chael Sonnen wants Israel Adesanya to make a comeback and fight before UFC 300. He thinks fans really want to see Adesanya in action, and if he returns soon, he could earn a title shot at UFC 300 by facing the winner of Strickland vs. Dricus du Plessis. Here is what Chael Sonnen said. The reason that Strickland and du Plessis was rushed to the marketplace is because the winner is gonna take on Izzy at UFC 300. Now that isn't done. But that is the option that is attempting to be preserved the most. Izzy has spoke on this. Izzy has not given us a commitment, but he's come close. One thing that I do prefer is that Izzy go first. I would prefer that Izzy, prior to Strickland vs. du Plessis, goes first and says, I'll be waiting for you in April at 300. The reason is because while I know that's the match they're trying to procure, if Izzy goes second, which means we've established who the winner is and then Izzy makes his choice, it gives the perception that it's a favorable matchup in Izzy's opinion. I will agree to it, only after I know specifically who it is. That's just not how Izzy operates. He takes on anybody, the hardest guys. So, I would just prefer that he goes first. There are rumors about Israel Adesanya fighting Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 300, but some fans believe it's not true. They think Izzy will actually fight for the title on that card against the winner of the Strickland vs. du Plessis match. Jorge Masvidal is coming out of retirement. He recently announced on social media that he's back and eager to fight. While his specific plans are still unknown, one fight that stands out is a potential rematch with Colby Covington. Here's what Covington had to say about the possibility of facing Masvidal again. I don't think the UFC would sanction that because they just saw how easily I beat him the first time. I beat him every round convincingly, knocked him down, dragged him out. It was a 50-43 and a soda is what I gave him. So, I don't think the UFC would give me an easy matchup like that ever again. UFC likes to make prestigious and high-level fights. They wouldn't want to give me some amateur that's not on my level. We were best friends for 8 years. We lived together for 3 years. Best friends, but that's what this sport does to people. People will sell out their friends for money. So as soon as I started reaching up and getting high in this sport, that's when he took it personal and his ego kicked in. He was like, hey man, we can't be friends. I want money more than I want to be friends with you. Right now, we can only guess about Masvidal's plans, but there are definitely some really exciting fights that could happen for him. Gilbert Burns discussed his upcoming fight against Jack Della Madelana. They're scheduled to face off on March 9th, and the winner of this match most likely will get a shot at the title. Burns respects JDM's skills and isn't taking the young fighter lightly. Here is what he said. I've got to go in there and get a win, and then I'm in the conversation again. This guy is very tough. He's 6-0 in the UFC. He's got crazy knockouts, good boxer, heavy boxer. He's not just a regular boxer. He rips the guys' bodies. He comes forward kind of like Paulo Costa. He fights coming forward, rips the body, so the guy is a good fighter. He's that guy that is very tough, that is a little bit scary. I like that, when I feel like, oh, if I'm not 100%, might get crazy. This fight is definitely one of the most thrilling in the welterweight division. Jack Della Madelena, boasting a 6-0 UFC record, facing off against the seasoned veteran Gilbert Burns, has fans incredibly excited. Thanks for watching. If you're a fan of MMA, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you never miss an update. Also leave a comment below with your thoughts on today's news. Keep supporting the sport, and we'll see you in the next one.